Hello, my name is Ryan Ellis, and I'm pleased to be joined here today with Eddie Kabacinski. With his face and figure, he could make good on any radio gig. There's nothing to it. And today, Mr. Kabacinski is going to lay out the situation that he's gone through. He's been put through the ringer through the corrupt injustice system of America. Unfortunately, President Donald John Trump is in the White House, but unfortunately, there hasn't been any outside help heretofore, and so Eddie is in need of legal help. And
I even wrote to President Trump when this whole thing occurred and everything that happened. So,
okay.
The only thing I got was I got a form card letter thanking me for my service.
Wow.
And my work on his campaign, and that was about it.
Wow.
So as Mr. Ellis said here, my name is Eddie Kabacinski. On the morning of Sunday, the 28th of April, 2024, I got up like I normally do, got ready to go to the Lakeside Mall after I would go to my credit union and take out money from the last night's deposit and get smaller bills, and then go to the church for my church services, and after church services go directly to my store to open up the store for Sunday.
Okay.
And I open up the store after church services, which is usually somewhere around 12 noon, 12:30.
So you go to the bank, then you go to church. Now you're leaving the church to go to the third and final stop, your business.
Yes. I am traveling northbound on Hoover Road, just past Interstate 696.
All right.
And I noticed that there was some police activity in the apartment complex directly across from the Burger King on Hoover, just north of 696. And it looked like they were completing whatever they were there for.
Yeah.
And
not related to you.
Not related to me at all. So I continued on with my travel, and shortly after I passed the Burger King, all of a sudden I am surrounded by 3 Warren Police SUVs, one to the direct side of me, one behind me, and then one jockeyed per position to get up into the left front corner of my vehicle, but not directly in front of me as of yet.
I don't think that local police are so well trained that randomly, without preparation, without preconceiving this, just jumping on a criminal in that fashion. It would appear at this moment, the way you're describing it, you were the victim of an ambush.
Yeah, this was a complete total setup. My van is well known.
Yes, it is. I can attest to that.
I am a great Trump supporter. I helped on the Trump victory campaign, so I had flagpoles that were emanating from the rear of my van, and I had the bumper stickers and the signs
very
and so
distinctive.
on and so forth. So
yes.
my Dodge van is very well known here
yes.
in Macomb County.
Iconic.
As I'm a very strong Trump supporter.
Yes.
And so as soon as I got to the intersection of Common and Hoover, right where Fire Station number 2 is at, I was stopped for a traffic stop, and I was kind of shocked. I wasn't speeding or anything, so I was shocked what I was being stopped for.
You're a good Christian man. You're leaving church on Sunday morning, upstanding citizen, going from church, one of the beacons of our community spiritually, to then your local business, a beacon of our community monetarily. You're an all-American, and what do you get? What's the thanks you get for being the embodiment of the American dream? Not just that, you're a honorably discharged, disabled American vet. And so what happens? These police, the state police or local police?
No, this was the Warren Police Department.
Local police.
As I said, I was northbound on Hoover, and then I made the right-hand turn to get off onto the side street there. So it was east onto Common, right by Fire Station number 2. And so I was immediately stopped. Since I was carrying an open holstered firearm on my right hip, immediately I got my paperwork that was up into the visor so my hands are visible.
Right.
And I grabbed my driver's license, my insurance, my registration, along with my military credentials to
Right.
show that that I am under what they call the LEOSA Act.
Right.
That's for retired and separated law enforcement officers to carry their firearms. And I presented that all to the officer. I had my hands out the window. I said, here is my documentation. I am carrying an open holster carried firearm. The location of the firearm is on my right hip. My hands are out the window for my safety and your officer's safety. And how would you like to proceed, or how would you like me to proceed?
Right.
So I presented all that documentation, and I kept my hands out the window the entire time for the stop. So he went back to the vehicle, and he says, well, my disabled combat veteran license plate is expired. And I explained to him, just like I've explained to our previous police commissioner, William Dwyer, in a meeting that we had at the police headquarters before, that the veterans license plates having to do with disabled combat veterans and disabled veterans are now non-expiring.
Wow.
The legislation in Michigan, which was House Bill number 5678, I'm not joking, that's the number, 5678 of 2022, was passed on the 11th of July, 2022 for immediate action. And what that entailed was that there was no more requirement of paying a fee for your license plate if you are indeed a disabled combat veteran or you're a disabled veteran. They're non-expiring anymore. So what is to be done is that the plate is issued a tab that says NON-EXP, and then that you put that over the year. And then if you are a disabled veteran, you're issued the sticker, either the little blue man or the little red man that you also attach to your plate, or they would issue you a brand new license plate with that embossed.
Right.
In either situation, neither happened because at that time the Secretary of State's offices were considered non-essential employees, and all the Secretary of State's offices were closed due to the COVID, the China virus. So you couldn't get anything done at the Secretary of State's office. Everything was done by mail.
Right.
So this is not the first time that this happened, and I had a meeting with our police administration about this. This is the second time that this had occurred in Warren, and I had to inform the officer that there had been a change in the law. And I was well informed on this because I had just got done serving on city council, and I did take a lot of trips to Lansing to speak to our legislators about issues that would be affecting Warren, and that's why I was so knowledgeable about the situation. Warren has a very high amount of veteran population that are disabled and also have fought in combat honorably. And so I wanted to make sure that the officers were aware of the change in the law so that other veterans would not incur this type of situation.
Right.
So the officer was not listening. He was going to issue the citations and say, tell it to the judge in court. Fine.
Right.
But now we have the firearm issue. So this is the plate issue, insurance, there's a crack in my windshield that was, if you're familiar with how the tinting is done, just at the top of your windshield, there was a hairline crack in my windshield. Anybody knowing about being a Republican here in Macomb County, especially in Warren, you're not very welcomed there. So I've incurred a lot of vandalism to my property, to my home, to my vehicles. There's been several police reports on this done. So, if I had to change out my windshield every time it was vandalized by somebody, you know what? The glass company would be so rich off of me. So I didn't figure this was something that was that major of a big deal, a hairline crack in your windshield. Then I was taken out of the vehicle. I was asked to get out of the vehicle. I had to face the vehicle. I was disarmed. I had my hands behind my back. I was handcuffed. I was disarmed of my firearm. My firearm was my military-issued .38 snub nose revolver that I had purchased from a DRMO sale, which is deactivated retired military objects. All my equipment was taken off of me. My speed loaders, my ammunition, my firearm, my holster, my belt. I also had my pocket knife. All this was taken from me.
Everything's taken from you.
Right. And then I was put in the back of a patrol car.
All right.
They did the whole processing. Then I was taken out of the patrol car. I was uncuffed and told that I could be on my way.
All right.
Meanwhile, what this is going on, now they're going to impound my van for asset forfeiture along with all my other equipment that they just took off of.
And again, let me circle back. What were they accusing you of? At that stop, what did they accuse you of?
I was being accused of having the initial reason was for the expired combat veterans license plate, and then from that, they went ahead with the firearm charge.
You pulled out of the parking lot to your church. You had just pulled out, is my understanding.
Yes.
And you just got on the road.
Yes.
And it's not like, normal matter of business, just a local cop say, oh, I see a license plate. No, it wasn't one guy, it was a bunch of guys. So they're lying in wait for you.
Right.
Presumably, the order came from above the police department. Who do you think called down that order? The mayor, the sheriff?
Well, we do have a new mayor in Warren, Lori Stone. She's a Democrat.
But who do you think made the call to target you? Who do you suppose? Not directly accusing, but if educated guess, we'll call it.
Like I said, running as a constitutional sheriff and trying to make change in Macomb County, I would say this was a targeted situation by the Democrat Party and also the Rhino establishment.
Just in general.
In general.
Okay.
That we have the Rhino establishment wing of the party that will,
of course,
extend the olive
here in
branch
Macomb.
and
here in
work
Macomb
with the Democrats.
Yes.
And the constitutional conservative wing of the Republican Party just will not do that.
So you get arrested. They say you're free to go.
Yes.
And what happens from there?
I was transported to the police department because I have no transportation now.
Right. They took it from you.
I had to call my former campaign manager to come and pick me up from the police station.
Very nice and kind
which he
of him.
did.
Very nice
and
of him.
Then I was able to go to the store and continue on with the day there, and then leave the store at the end of the day and head back to the house.
Right.
And then I was told on Monday that I could go and try to retrieve my van from the impound. Well, when I tried to go retrieve my van from the impound, they denied even having it. And at first, and then second, they would not go into the van to retrieve the registration, the insurance, the title, all of the information that was inside the van, because I really didn't have any ability to take anything with me. So what was I going to do? They already had the vehicle loaded up on the tow truck. It was already pulling away by the time I was let out of the vehicle. Okay, all my documentation, just like anybody else, would be in their vehicle.
Yes.
So that's where it was when I was told by the officer to step out of the vehicle so that he could disarm me, and then he was placed me in handcuffs.
So the day after you're arrested, you go try to get it back. You can't get it back.
Right.
And now, so what happens from here?
I had to call relatives to come and get me from the impound because I had walked from my home to the
Figuring
impound.
you drive home. Yeah.
Right. And then I said, wait a minute, this is not right. I can't even get my vehicle. I felt very uneasy about the situation. And then I noticed that there were a lot of police that were in the immediate area. I'm like, wait a minute, why is this happening on a Monday morning, and there's a lot of police in the area of the impound lot? And I'm there.
A lot of police are former military, and I always try to say, thank you for your service when I see someone who's wearing the little military regalia as a civilian later on in life, and they point to it, the star on their chest, look how special I am. But look at you. You yourself are former military. And look at the way you're being treated, having to walk up to an impound place, having to call up for help multiple times.
Right.
This is a travesty on multiple fronts, on multiple levels that you're going through already, and then what happens from here?
I seen what was happening.
Yes, sir.
So I did have a relative come and get me.
Okay.
And then I went into a mode of protection that
Right.
I needed to go into hiding, and that I could not stay at my home anymore because
Why?
Well, I felt this was a targeted action. Everything was
more was to come.
Right, more was to come.
Okay.
If I wasn't going to be in, if I remained at the house or went back to my home, there could be furthermore accusations made.
Okay, so now the courts get involved, or you take
Right.
it to court. What happens there?
So I was released, and then I believe it was on Wednesday or Thursday of the next week, I was contacted by a detective
Okay.
in the Warren Police Department, wanted me to surrender myself because the Macomb County prosecutor, Peter J. Lucido, was going to go ahead and prosecute me for carrying a concealed weapon. Macomb County Board of Commissioners passed law saying that Macomb County is a sanctuary county for Second Amendment. Why is it that the Republican Macomb County prosecutor have in his office right now the most convictions
Against
against citizens for Second Amendment, for those that keep and bear arms and carry their firearms? The main situation here is twofold: the plate situation,
Yes,
number
sir.
one, and the Second Amendment issue.
Okay, so those are your only concerns. Is first of all, your personal situation, but then of course it reverberates to other people. So
Absolutely.
if it helps you, you're going to help out all of America. You know, it might be like a federal ruling depending on who looks
Right.
at the case.
So, anyways, the county commissioners are the ones that are the purse strings for the county.
Right.
And if they establish that a law was passed, a resolution was passed here in Macomb County, making it a sanctuary county, that means that all of the county employees, which would include those that were duly elected in the county as well, that would include the prosecutor, that would include the sheriff, and that would also include the clerk,
Right.
and the treasurer. They all have to adhere to the protections of a Second Amendment county.
Finally, as we close off, wisdom, plugs, and prayer. A piece of wisdom for the folks at home, such as do not trust anyone on earth except Jesus. More than your life is in danger. What is some wisdom you would impart to the folks at home?
From our founding documents, we are dealing with absolute despotism and tyranny that is happening at the moment in this country. And the founding fathers, when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, it was actually a declaration of war to the British, and saying, we're not going to tolerate this anymore. We're not going to be party to these usurpations of our
Right.
rights. And if you read through all the amendments of our Constitution and the Bill of Rights, you'll see exactly what the founding fathers and the colonists were saying. This is why we were fighting
Right.
the British. This is why we fought the King of England, and that's why we came here to America, to make sure that this would never happen again to anybody.
Plugs. Anything you want to plug, that you want to advertise, get the people out there watching at home to do?
Well, I would say that, as I said, I did not make it as the sheriff of Macomb County. After this trial and tribulation that I actually went through over our Second Amendment rights and our veteran rights here in Michigan, I am now going to run for the 11th House District for the state of Michigan. Hopefully I can concentrate not only those issues, but any other unconstitutional issues that we have here in the state of Michigan. Another pet peeve would be about our mandatory insurance, our mandatory registration, the plates, and our licenses for our also 14th Amendment right to travel in any manner of convenience that we want to travel in. And that has become a source of taxation as well.
Any prayer requests you would like people to pray for you for specific needs in your life?
I would like for people they can pray for me, but I would also pray for our homeless veterans.
Amen. Yes, sir.
A well-known YouTuber, Jeff Gray, goes out there constantly.
Shout out to Jeff Gray.
Promoting the First Amendment about God bless the homeless veterans. And look how many times this man, who is also a veteran, has been arrested by the police for just promoting a message about God bless the homeless veterans. How many illegal migrants were housed, and we still have homeless veterans out on the street? Now, listen, I know people are going to judge. Well, that person must be a substance user. They might be a druggie. They might abused alcohol.
Well, what led him to that point?
Or what happened to that person? You know what? You may not know what that veteran went through.
Exactly.
You have no idea. And instead of trying to pass judgment on that individual, okay, that safeguarded the liberty and freedoms that you get to enjoy, maybe the thing to do is to figure out what we can do to make sure as a society that our veterans that took care of us, that we find a way to take care of whatever their issues are.
The golden rule: do unto others as you'd wish they do unto you. Now, as you're giving an encomium to the veterans, you're praising those that are down and out and sadly forgotten as a result. Not all veterans are to be universally praised. Presumably, there are some military veterans that were among the obviously or to seem crooked cops that targeted you. So it's not just.
Well, it's a learned behavior, Mr. Ellis.
There you go.
It comes from the powers that be and that want to have the ultimate control.
Yes.
Okay. And we're seeing it right now at the time of this recording.
Yes, sir.
We're dealing with 6 Democrat lawmakers that have told the members of the CIA and the U.S. military to defy the lawful orders that are being given by the President of the United States. Yet, not one of them can say what unlawful order has been issued by the President of the United States.
How can people donate to you?
So there is a Gift Send Go that was set up a long time ago.
Is it still active?
I do not know if it's still active. Like I said, at the time of this recording, I didn't have the information in front of me right now, but I would have to probably get that to you.
How can people reach out to you if they want to donate to you? They really believe in you. They want to reach out to you.
So if you can Google the Eddie Kabacinski Committee online. It should pull up my webpage. There is the information for the savings account. You can go to any location of Extra Credit Union and donate money into that account. Like I said, I also have the Give, Send, Go, if that is still available.
Do you have social media?
I am not active on social media at all. There's a lot of people that get in a lot of trouble for saying stuff online, and you know what? Running for office, I could wind up probably getting in a lot of trouble for just having no filter at all.
I know Eddie. Contact me, and I'll pass it on to Eddie, or just if there's no other way. I'm in your corner. I'm for you, Mr. Kabacinski. Thank you very much for sitting down with me. I wish you the best. God bless you.
I guess I'm old school. I still use a telephone and text message and email. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for sitting down. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The Donald Trump of Macomb County wants to be part of the solution. Eddie Kabacinski. The Second Amendment will be strengthened by Permitless.